Hello, today let's talk about pretty interesting new gadget from a new brand appeared on the market not so long ago. It's EverSolo DAC-Z8 and it's a digital tonal converter, as you can easily guess. But actually EverSolo is a new brand, but its parent company Z8 is pretty famous among those who like digital video. They have a good lineup of media players. I reviewed a few of them, and also they have like more high-end video players with much higher price tier that are equipped with Saber 9038 and so on. And then they decided to make a next pretty logical step and create a separate digital to analog converter. So that's why they create company EverSolo. They have a few different audio gadgets, and the digital to analog converter Z8 is the most popular one. It combines relatively affordable price, it's $700, but at the same time it's packed with different features. It's built once again with Saber 9038 Pro, and it's a really good implementation of this digital to analog converter. They also added like headphones amplifier and headphones output, but it's more like, you know, bonus feature in this case. It's pretty decent, but still this device has more potential connected to really good amplifier. It has remote control, it has separate companion applications that you can use to control it. It supports Bluetooth with all modern codecs, including all aptX and LDAC. So really interesting device, packed with features and relatively well priced. So let's have a closer look. I will skip unboxing part, but actually package is pretty nice. It's a black cardboard with interesting polygraphy, and inside with lot of foam inserts you'll find power cable, USB cable, pretty nice looking, remote control, device itself, and actually this bag like for storage. Not sure it will be necessary during the usage, but anyway. In terms of design, it's really cool. It's all squared with really sharp edges and corners, so looks pretty strict and stylish. On the front panel there is company logo, model name, screen, and knob to change volume and control that things. It's rotatable and pushable. Here use nice encoder that register every click and allows you nice smooth control. And under the bright sun you can even see the ER receiver here. On-off button and of course headphones output. On the bottom side you find pretty decent rubber fits, so looks pretty serious and solid, totally matching this price. And on the back side there are plenty of outputs. So power input with on-off, of course inside used some high quality power schema, audio and so on. If you're interested in more details, they have them on their official website. Here is Bluetooth antenna, USB for updates, USB Type-C and Type-B to connect it to your smartphone, for example, or to some laptop or something like that, and also coaxial and optical inputs. Reset button and two line outputs, XLR and RCA, so you can use it as balanced digital to analog converter too. So build quality is nice, looks really well, and it will look great on your desktop, for example, or I don't know, in rack with other audio gear. And as usual you can see I barely touched it, but it's already full of fingerprints, so it's better to avoid touching it on the top or use some gloves. I really like interface of this device. EverSolo definitely invests some resources into that, so when you turn it on you can see this VU meter. It can be customizable, different designs here, and you're getting like maximum information. So it's Bluetooth connection, both RCA and XLR are working, minus 25 decibels volume, and it's connected to FIO M11 Plus, which is playing via Bluetooth in the background. And as you can see, they stating LDAC 96 kHz, but actually it's not like true figure for the LDAC, but it's a matter of different review. Anyway, also you can change volume. You can see even volume interface they made really interesting. And by single press you get to the menu, so you can select one of the inputs, you can select output, digital tonal converter settings, like lot of them. All of that can be also controlled via remote control and through the control application that I will show you later. So you can select different styles of VU meters, for example, including some options without these indicators. Energy saver, knob, other, so lot of different settings. You can control almost anything here, and that will work well. So for example, here is a different type of indicator, and long press will move you to the input selector, but we are interested in the Bluetooth still. So, and also interesting feature that actually you can control playback via the remote control. So if you press middle button here on the remote, it will pause the player, and you can navigate the tracks on, off, mute, then menu button. Also can change settings, input selector, volume, so all can be controlled from the remote. And let me show you another option for that. Here is a companion app. You can easily find it in Play Store by request EverSolo. Here is main screen. You need to connect via Bluetooth to the device itself. Of course, to control it, you can select one of the inputs, volume, and press play, pause, and track navigation buttons. And also you can select different outputs. And in the settings, you can select source and output, the same as the previous screen, filters, headphone amplifier gain, polarity for XLR port. You can adjust steps of volume control to your liking, and set volume during the boot up. So by default I set it to minus 25, but you can change it. Then you can select different VU meter styles. They changing on the go. Like you have some options, including option to show just music information and just display volume. But I really like this VU meters here, hypnotizing feature. You can select screen brightness, like this one is the brightest, and actually even under bright studio lights it remains pretty visible. But in the dark room you can reduce brightness. Then sleep timer, turn off display timer. You can enable, disable remote control. What to do when when you actually press remote source key, this one. Either they will be switched one by one, or you will see the menu and select one of the items there. Then how to show information about track on the VU meter, brightness of this knob's circular indicator, and also you can select what to do when knob is pressed. Short press will show settings, long press will show input selector, or you can reverse this. As you can see, a lot of different options, and it's one of the most customizable digital tonal converters, and actually the most customizable I've met. So I tested this device with a lot of different headphones and earphones I have, and more on the pairings at the end of this review. But the most interesting thing here that you should keep in mind that actually it's much better digital tonal converter than digital tonal converter with headphone amplifier. Headphone amplifier here is pretty decent. It's good. but potential of this device connected to some external amplifier is high, because as pure digital tonal converter it's natural with really good resolution, without any colorations, with good authority and control, and really well developed sonic spectrum, with rich treble, with good layering, detailed mids, and tight impactful bass. But of course sound in this case will depend on your amplifier first of all, because it will add much more coloration to the sound compared to this natural digital tonal converter. So probably let's try to focus here on the mode with headphones, but keep in mind that external amplifier will definitely change that pretty noticeably. So bass is deep, it's nicely controlled. Actually control is not superb, but still bass behave really well. It's lacking a bit of micro details for this level, of course, so because of that it lacks a bit of realism, and but it has a good weight and nice texturing, so it's pretty enjoyable experience in general, especially if you're going to use it with some not super expensive, like super technical and refined headphones. And first example, it's Sultans of Swing by Dire Straits. Besides perfect Knopfler guitar, of course this track has a really groovy rhythm section, and this digital tonal converter delivers it on a pretty decent level. So mids are a bit focused on speed instead of balancing everything, so you get a bit more focus on the micro detalization and things like weight, emotions, dynamics depend on the record quality. And if it's good, you will get that. If it's not, so it's for this headphones amplifier, it will be not that good, and it can sound a bit too dry and analytical. Imaginary stage is pretty nice. It's not the most spacious I've heard, but at the same time it's pretty well built, and both in depth and width. So it's not maybe stellar stage with this amplifier, but it's definitely not something small, claustrophobic, and it's not something over airy or exaggerated. And for the mid frequencies, let's actually use this track for example. It's Opeth Burden, one of the greatest ballads in the history of heavy music, with great vocal, superb instrumental part, nice lyrics and overall musical part, so it's almost perfect. And this headphone amplifier delivers it pretty well, because it just, that case when it's a really refined track with good recording and so on, so it will be played pretty well. And treble, it has good extension, like average layering, and it means that you'll get nice sense of airness and good basic overtones. Nothing like top notch or high end, but still viable treble with good sense of saturation with overtones, and timbre rich instruments will sound more or less natural. And example for the treble, it's Talk by Leïla Martial, so it's one of the best female vocals in my library, and it's really saturated with overtones, and this device gives you a nice sense of realism, but actually not top notch. But I will highlight this thought once more. It's not a combo, it's not like digital tonal converter with headphone amplifier. Headphone amplifier here is really a bonus feature. It sounds like good, but it's limiting digital tonal converter itself, because it's like really great and natural and so on. So consider this as a device that you can buy before with upgrade in mind. So you can buy it and use with headphones, and actually it's pretty good in terms of drivability, and despite of not superb power, it's good with in-ear monitors on the low gain without big background noise, And it's good even with Fio's 350 ohms FT3. But actually, of course, their bit lacking of power is noticeable. But pair this with some decent headphone amplifier and you'll get a combo that fires above its price range, or maybe not, but it will really depend on amplifier. When it will be good one, it will be really superb experience. And about the comparisons, actually the only model that I listened recently, it's Fio's K9 Pro that can be compared here. And you know, logic is pretty simple. If you want all-in-one device, then Fio is better. Fio's headphone amplifier will deliver a really great punch, really good energy. It will show better control, more developed treble, and so on. And if you want to use it as mainly digital tonal converter, then this one is a bit better because it shows better refinement and bit better building stage, of course connected to some good amplifier in this case. So really interesting model with great design, tons of features and really great sound, but keep in mind that amplifier is it has the potential to grow with headphones amplifier. Thank you for listening, thank you for your attention, and of course have a great day.